What up, people? It's your boy, Master Chudy, out here with another review of this show, Pantheon. Now, if you must know, last week there was some issues with where I wanted to have released, and episode 7 leaked before episode 6. I ended up watching that, I ended up reviewing that. But in a way, I'm very grateful that I watched episode 6 before 7, or after 7, because I'll have to say that episode 6 is by far, so far, the best episode of this series so far. Um, just to give you, and there will be spoilers in this one, just to give you word. But of course, many people probably would have seen episode 6 already. We see Caspian, drop off his not dad, Carrie. He meets the crew, and they find out that he's essentially a clone, and he suffers an existential crisis, but gets into it trying to figure out the flaw. He manages to solve partially some of it. And we see him, really interact quite a lot with the crew, very much so with the crew, getting, having a bit of respite. I'd say he deserves it. He had a very good kind of rapport with Maddie. I thought that was pretty good. But once again, we see the basically the tragedy of Caspian, how everything's predetermined on him. He got to read some of his file. He got to see his birth. And, it's hard for somebody's been preordaining his life, which is why in episode 7, spoiler, I really enjoyed his conversation with the monk with the Catholic Church. I feel like, in a place of coming from a crew that's very nihilistic and trying to cheat death to basically live in a world where it's not really that. Sometimes God is the best way to go. But I'm diverging from the point. In episode 6, we get to learn quite a lot, and we see I learn a lot more about Shonda. And Shonda reminds me a lot of Magneto. He's accepted what he's become, and he wants to essentially, create a safe haven for those like him. But I would say that in a way he's very worse than, well, he can be as vindictive as Magneto has been. And we see that the chaos that we're seeing in episode 7 with weaponized uploaded intelligence directly came from him. He's the one who gave the prototype of the bootleg software to all of the world's greatest militaries. They mentioned Mossad in Israel, the Chinese, the Iranians, the Russians, a top secret institutional higher learning center in London, the NSA, basically to go ahead and create new modern warfare in the cloud, which would create all sorts of chaos. And he did this basically to believe that the more people will be uploaded, the more he can basically, in a way, control these people or tell them, hey, you don't have to serve your countries. You can serve this new nation I'm building. And that's essentially how we see what Shonda does in the end of the penultimate episode, which is in episode 7, pretty much go in and create a chaos. So, a couple of things I want to say. The characterization in this episode was, spot on. It was great. Caspian is definitely this. I will say this is a Caspian story. You know, he's coming with an existential crisis that he's been cloned, that he had a specific guideline set for him, that they were trying to create inflection points to make his life like Steven's, which is grossly unfair and essentially not giving him the right of free will. How everything was predetermined to his love life, to his family, to his schooling, everything. It's really sad, and we see that he's more of an independent person, a more minded person. He wants to be his own person, and so he's out. Shonda, I definitely felt was they've been building his character pretty well throughout the episodes, and I think he's been one of the most, he's essentially an antagonist, but he's been a very well developed antagonist. He's done a great job in showing, his motivations, and while you can sympathize with him, you can definitely see that, hey, he's murdered people, and David calls him out saying that I had to stop my former boss, Prasad. But then David brings up, well, did you have to kill his wife? Did you have to kill his son? Did you have to kill his daughter? And, he's always said that I've had problems with anger. I used to take it out through boxing, but because of what has happened to me, there's no way for me to channel that. So he pretty much, did what he did and killed a man and his innocent family. Let me just say that. Because Prasad, what he did was very evil. And like I said, the clip of him getting his brain digitized is one of the most hardcore things I have ever seen in animation. It made me sick to my stomach. So one cannot really empathize with Prasad as an individual, but you can feel for his family more so, definitely. Maddie had also a very good characterization. We get to see her motivations. Her kind of bonding with Caspian was very nice as well. It was good to see. It was good to see her basically, enjoy and have an emotional stance that was not, miserable or close to crying. It was good that she's feeling a little bit somewhat happier. And her friend Justine was also a nice touch to say that, hey, I'm here. I'm your buddy. Just know that I'm here. I'm your buddy. So I really enjoyed that as well. Once again, I can't speak on the animation because the animation is always fantastic. It's good. It's great. It's top notch, and all that type of stuff. The story, it's been fantastic. It's been excellent, and once again, I have to say that this is indeed the best episode. I am very hyped for the season finale. It looks like that will be next Thursday. And I suggest that we support this as much as we can. This is good animation. This is good showing. This is good TV. Shows that get you to think. So, thank y'all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notifications to make sure you're notified. Once again, I do these reviews for you, the people. So I want to discuss good shows like Pantheon and get your views on them. I will have a link to my previous review to catch up if you want to watch this and then immediately go to episode 7 to keep yourself appraised. But thank y'all for watching, and I hope to have more videos up when I can. Peace.